without the written consent of WPSL and WSTU is strictly prohibited. And now, welcome to My Dream Home Radio with Eileen Simons and Paula Brady. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Uh-oh. Well,
Eileen's holding her head.
I think we have headache time
Pulling
as
on
we
her hair.
start 22.
Oh my gosh.
Your computer just,
Of all times,
You got
I
flames
open up
coming
this
out
to
of
the
it.
MLS this morning and it says you can't go any further until you change your password.
no, I
Oh
love it.
my gosh.
I love it. It's
You
the,
two talk. I gotta fix my
it's
password
it's the
because it's not accepting what I'm trying to do.
it's the password police have
Oh, yeah.
struck.
That's crazy.
You know,
Oh, I'm
it-
telling you.
We have an entire book that our engineer has put together in the back of passwords.
Oh my gosh.
A book
A book
of
of
passwords. It's like, you got to be
Well,
kidding
it
me.
wasn't long ago that you guys were having issues with updating and having computers not work.
Oh yeah, front desk. I mean, it's like oh yeah. And it happens every time we get an update. It's like, forget about it.
Yeah. And when you get an update, you have no idea what they're doing to your computer. They change it and then you've got to deal with it. It's like, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. And especially my phone.
Well, Paula dear, this is the MLS. So if I had to do it, guess who else is gonna have to do
mine's
it?
coming, but it hasn't, it didn't happen yet.
Knock on wood.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
it's just,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, happy New Year,
Happy New
guys.
Year.
Same to you. It sounds like it's
It-
starting off really well.
Well, it is as
Well, at least we
Is-
don't have 10 inches of snow. Where I came
yeah.
from, they're having snow, so.
Yes, that's
8
true.
8 to 10, something like that.
Yep.
So I'm not shoveling snow this morning, so things are good.
yeah.
We'll have to deal with password changes and things, but
Well, I got a dear friend, and he was one of our vice presidents of ESPN. He's living in Las Vegas now, Bernard Stewart. He's producing his own movies now. He's all sorts of stuff now. He's a big mogul. But anyway, Stu was telling me 46 degrees and blustery rain. This is in Las
In Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
In
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
well, hey, and he said, and some snow. And I remember when I was doing Nevada, Las Vegas basketball back, centuries ago. And we had snow in a couple of our games.
wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected it, but then I don't know the elevation there. I mean, I know
It's high.
Arizona,
It's
they
high
have
desert.
high desert, and they get snow there. too,
Tucson
so,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And literally, of course, Phoenix is
Yeah.
Valley of the Sun.
Valley.
It's
Way deep,
you
yeah.
really have to go into a valley to get into Phoenix from Tucson.
We were in
So-
Las Vegas. This was for, because my husband was a realtor before I was. So this was
Oh, I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, long time ago.
Okay.
This
Past
was like
life.
the very first,
When you were still a child, I
Yeah,
bet.
thank you.
Yeah,
The
okay.
very first Century 21 annual convention
Wow.
Oh, wow.
was in Las Vegas. And we were in, I don't know what hotel, but we were on like the 9th floor. And this one morning, there's snowflakes. Of course, by
Sure.
the time they got down to the ground, they melted.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the 9th floor, you had snow blowing all
Blowing
over
around.
the place. I was amazed.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
I thought I'd never see in Las Vegas.
Me either.
Well,
Although
yeah.
I've never been there, but a friend of mine went there, but she didn't have snow. They had an earthquake.
Oh,
So she
jeez.
was looking out her window and seeing water slosh back and forth in the pool. And I'm like, "Ugh, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've had those too.
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be a little scary. I'll take snow over earthquakes, but
Well,
I'll take Florida over snow. that's for sure.
normally, if it's not a real bad earthquake, of course, I was in the one in San Francisco at the World Series too.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. We
you know,
were
that's-
7 rows from the top at Candlestick. And of course they have those huge light standards at Candlestick. And all of a sudden, I'm looking up and of course I knew it was an earthquake right away. The guys who were sitting right below me were all from ESPN guys. And I told him, one of them, I said, if you've got your rosary, you better get it out because we may not get out of this one.
Wow.
And I mean, I grew up in LA, so I, grew up in earthquakes, but that one scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds crazy, but we were living in Orlando and I was with a girlfriend of mine at a car dealership. She was buying a new vehicle and the guy had television on because of the World Series. He was kind of watching it as he
Sure.
was selling the car. And all of a sudden the earthquake started
Yep.
happening and everybody's going, oh my God, it's an earthquake.
That was during the World Series?
World
Oh yeah.
Series in
Picture
San
goes
Francisco.
black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's
at the
kinda like,
time,
where were you when it happened? I
Yeah.
was at a car dealership watching it on television.
well,
That
at
was
the
weird.
time, the big networks, the big three, NBC and CBS and ABC, none of the trucks had generators.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And-
goodness.
And here is this upstart little network, ESPN, and all of our trucks had
They
generators
had their own power. Well, that's great.
because we did a lot of college football games in very small colleges that didn't have facilities. So you just have your own power.
Right.
And so, okay, not a big deal. Well, and ESPN went up right away.
That's
And,
amazing.
and so they were actually on before ABC got back on.
Wow.
Good.
that's-
So
we
they
were
got
watching
to
it.
broadcast everything then.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. Yeah. I was gone from ESPN at the time, but yeah. Yeah. And our guys at Fox had our satellite truck. They had already left. We had done some World Series preview stuff and they had already left. They were in Fresno. Well, they knew right away. They turned the truck right around and we got back on. That was the only time that Carol didn't know if I had survived.
Wow.
And I had one
That would have been
incident.
scary.
Yeah. And I had one incident like that with her when she was at the Mexico City quake.
Oh my God.
And there was a huge aftershock that was as large as the real deal. And of course, there's nothing coming out of there. And it's like, oh boy.
No
And
communication.
finally, she had to literally give a film can to a passenger on Aeromexico. It's a true story.
Wow.
The passenger hands it over to somebody at NBC News and they got it all together. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was,
Wow.
that was scary.
those days would be really tough because we didn't have the telecommunications.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh,
We didn't have the
Nope.
phones. You
No
had
cell phones,
way.
nothing like that. Yep.
No.
Carol was saying there was a guy in Mexico City at their hotel. And he said, we have a new technology. Do you want to try it? It was a sat phone.
Wow.
And so,
Huge thing, the size of a shoe.
well, yeah, but, and it worked. So she could communicate with New York, but it was like the communications with LA was real sketchy.
Yeah,
So, so New York was calling LA and saying, crew is safe.
that's cool.
Oh,
That's
at least you got
amazing.
that message that way,
Yeah. Well, I
yeah.
didn't, but
but somebody did.
yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
did.
As a viewer, I finally got it, but yeah, it was
Amazing.
man.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. It
But
really
there's,
is.
Mhm.
there's one instance where technology has progressed enough that it's making life easier as far as those kind of things are concerned. But when you have to do reboots and upgrades and password changes.
We'll have to talk with Mr. Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still have to finish my upgrade for 11 this week too. So I'll probably have to start all
Okay.
over again.
Would you read some stuff in the meantime?
I know it looks
You may-
completely different.
And you may not want to upgrade to 11.
I
So-
don't think I have a choice with this computer because it came with it.
It did?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway,
You may want to talk to a computer tech first. Oh,
so let's get back to real estate.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, so how's business?
Business is good. We've been working the last couple of weeks, taking care of things for our tenants coming in because we have several tenants that are coming in or he either have arrived or are arriving within today and tomorrow. So we've been working on that the last couple of weeks.
They're getting out of Dodge just.
Yeah,
in
while
time.
everybody else had the holidays off. We didn't. We've been working
Wow.
for you
Yeah.
out there.
That's yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All
Trying
of
to-
us have been. That's no
Right.
doubt about it.
We have some good news. We have some sponsors that are coming on this year.
Good.
So hopefully by next week, we'll have them up and running.
Very cool.
And so we're very excited about that. If you have any real estate questions you want to ask us, you can always call the station here at 772-340-1590. We're happy to talk to you on the air
It's,
and answer your real estate questions.
well, it's interesting. We made CNBC, guys, as the hottest real estate markets in the United States. They mentioned Tampa and a couple areas on the east coast of Florida.
A couple areas on the east coast of
They didn't
Florida.
even mention us, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what
well,
I
that
read-
that
I'm
was
not to interrupt. you,
Well,
I'm sorry, but-
after Port St. Lucie gets big enough, then it'll be considered a city and we'll get more.
I have
more
I have a
airtime.
tidbit for you. I
Yes.
just read an article from HGTV.
yeah.
Said the 50 most desirable places to live in the United States. Port St. Lucie was number 47 on the
Yep.
list.
Yep.
And it actually said Port St. Lucie. It was like,
Yep.
oh my gosh.
And it'll move up.
Yeah.
You bet.
So it's a big one. And then several coastal ones, in Orlando, of course. but
Naples. and,
Jacksonville,
yeah,
Naples,
Yeah.
and, a lot of other places. But Port St. Lucie, those words I read, I was like, oh my God, we actually made an article. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
It's kind of neat, but there again, you start looking at those real desirable places. There you go. There's a new sponsor
There you
who's
go.
ready to
Yeah.
start today.
Yeah.
But anyway, and you look at like a Naples, you look at Sarasota, and then you look at Port St. Lucie. And again, we're a lot more affordable
Yeah.
Yes,
than they are.
yes.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I
No,
know
there's
that
not.
people keep complaining about prices going up, but prices have gone up every place over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Prices have gone up in this general area of our Martin and St. Lucie counties and the counties surrounding us, but not any more significantly than they have in other Florida areas.
Or even other municipalities, I'll get the word out in a minute, in the rest of the United States. Everywhere you look, if you're thinking about moving, all of the prices have gone up.
Yeah.
No matter what state, what city, anything.
Right.
So.
We're
we
all
have-
dealing with the same thing. We're all dealing with low inventory
Right,
and higher prices.
right.
And it's because I think it is unprecedented because it's happened across the board in the whole country at the same time.
Yeah. Not
And
just one
COVID,
location.
I blame it on COVID. When COVID started and people were forced to be at home and work at home, they realized that they could work at home, and businesses realized that their employees could function and be productive at home. And that's what started the whole thing.
We were talking to our son the other day in Los Angeles, and he was saying they have some brand new buildings in his neck of the woods, and the starting rent for a 2-bedroom is $3,800 a month.
Wow.
He's in,
He's in
up-
West LA.
Oh, okay.
So
West LA,
yeah,
wow.
I mean, and this was not Beverly Hills, folks.
Yeah.
This is just plain old West LA, and yeah, 3,800 starting for a 2-bedroom.
Yep.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
And
Yeah,
I
that's-
remember reading something about LA not too long ago saying, like a starter home is $500,000 and they're in neighborhoods that you wouldn't want to live in. I
Yeah,
can't even imagine.
they are
Yeah.
what they call teardowns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't even imagine.
yeah.
That's sad.
Oh, it's
Well,
it's mind-boggling. But I mean, in
No
a
offense, you
way,
just have to
that's
pay
where
more to
we
live
have a
there.
little advantage because we're a young city.
yeah. And the
And-
majority of the things here are newer and more more affordable, but yet we're getting to a point where the prices are getting too high for a lot of people.
Yes,
And
there's no
that's the
doubt
sad
about that.
part. Yeah, even rentals are too high. So it's,
Yes, and the rental listing that we put on the market just a few weeks ago, that was a prime example of that.
It was
That
a-
was a two bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse in Port St. Lucie. And I recorded 47 leads coming from that
Oh.
one listing.
Oh, wow.
And I
Yeah.
probably, and I stopped recording them a week ago, right before Christmas. Since then, there have been at least a dozen more.
Wow.
Yeah.
because it was reasonably priced. Now, when you get up a little higher, it's harder to, a lot of people can't get in that price range. You get in the 2000s and higher and it's hard.
And if
for
you want a
people.
single family home, you're looking at least 2,000,
Yeah. Yeah.
even for a 2 bedroom, at least 2,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I
That's-
have some national stats.
Yeah.
These are existing home sales in 2021. By the time they are finished recording everything that closed through December 31st, they will exceed 6 million sales. It's the best performance in 15 years.
Wow. During a pandemic yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's yet another new stat.
Oh,
That's
really?
going to be a pandemic
Oh, that could be.
figure.
Yeah. There you
Or
go.
Of course, if this becomes a perpetual pandemic, which
It looks like.
it seems like it is,
Yeah.
then numbers from now on will be pandemic numbers.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
God.
Our new norm.
Yeah. Oh, and I really dislike that. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Sad.
Wow.
So I have some local numbers too. I pulled up new construction in our, this is the Tri-County new construction numbers that I have access to. This is Martin, St. Lucie, and Okeechobee County, because of course, construction is moving west
Right.
because we can't go any further east.
Right.
Not yet.
Not unless they
Yesterday,
get
I
big
pulled
stilts.
this up. Yesterday, there were 238 homes on this list.
Wow.
Today, there are 202.
One day?
Yes. Yesterday,
Holy
I pulled this
smokes.
up yesterday to make sure that I could get it up for today. There were 238 yesterday, and today there are 202. So that means of this list, 36 of them sold yesterday.
Wow. Happy
Well,
New Year.
One under
Yeah.
contract.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Lots of people working over the holiday.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they sure were there. Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's new construction.
That's new construction. Yes.
Well, all you have to do is drive through
Oh,
tradition and oh my God.
any of the
it's-
neighborhoods really, because scattered lots are building like crazy. I mean,
It's difficult to find a scattered lot in Port St. Lucie now because they've all been purchased.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Can you imagine in the 60s when they plotted this, that they thought that it would be completely built?
Well, they thought
By
this would
now.
be a little retirement area,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is why there was no room for big parcels
Yeah.
until tradition came along.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't have anything bigger than Village Green
Yeah.
in the whole city. But yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing.
Well, population,
Gotta have someplace to live.
just,
Boom.
that is what makes the decision, where people want to be is what pushes those municipalities to change the way they had thought in the past.
Sure.
I mean, even Martin County, Martin County, there's a lot of new construction now. Almost any place there can be that there's land available. Of course, that's going to go further west too. In the not too distant future, there won't be any land between here and Indiantown.
Well, and Indiantown is the little
Right.
area that's going to explode.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, there's just a lot of stuff happening in Indiantown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really cool. They've had a wonderful lifestyle up until now. And it's just going to get better with, a few more folks out there.
Well, access to a lot more, I think.
Yes, there you go.
Because
That's it.
population drives that also.
Yes.
So, yes, as the population increases, and some people are not happy about it. Some people like those little, bedroom retirement communities, but on the other hand, they want all of the services that they need for retirement, comfortable retirement. And that means you need more population. You need to expand. You need
To be able to support
facilities
it,
that
yeah.
can support that.
Yeah.
And you figure the real big plus for Indiantown is the lake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, you're Lake Okeechobee adjacent. I mean, that's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Well, and Okeechobee is growing so much too.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah.
I go to a dentist out there who was recommended by a realtor friend,
Yeah.
and everything on the way is for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see in another 10 years what all of this looks like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
because I think it's going to be, I think we will, I hope it doesn't exactly turn into like Kendall, maybe like Wellington.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
That'd be
know.
nice. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kendall would be a zoo. I mean, it's, oh, brother.
I
But
haven't been down there in years. I don't have
Yeah.
any idea what it's like down there anymore.
Well, and we
Orlando
are
was
getting
my
people
last
from
stop.
all over. We're getting people from many other states as well as Southern Florida. There are a lot of people
Coming
from
north.
south of us who are moving up here.
Yeah.
yeah, there's no doubt about that. The Miami exodus is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was talking to somebody at Miami-Dade College, and he was bemoaning the fact that, of course, that school was huge and they had 100,000 kids going there. Well, it's now
Whoops. Sorry.
like considerably lower. It's anywhere between 68,000 and 70. Well, you're losing a third of your students
Mhm.
at that point.
Right.
Yeah. So
And on the other hand, I'll bet that Indian River College, I'll bet their student population
It's-
is increasing.
it's a little bit. Yeah. But we took a hit too,
Yeah.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
The whole computerized thing. And even though IRC Global really is a phenomenal program, but I don't know about you two. I've told the people at the college, I could never survive if I had to work off a program.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what I thought too, but you adapt.
Yeah.
I guess you're probably right.
Yeah,
I like the personal contact.
I do too. And I
Yeah.
like the interaction when you're learning things.
Yes,
Because you
me
hear it
too.
from a lot of different directions.
And I need
So,
that.
Right. And to hear other, to be able to ask questions right away too. That
Yes.
when you're working on a computer, they have chat rooms, but to me, it's not as, I don't know. I like the personal interaction.
Yes. Me too.
I have
Me
to
too.
agree. But I wonder about UCF. UCF just opened when we lived in Orlando. And that was 30 years ago. But anyway, the size of that school now is phenomenal. A lot of people are going to UCF. I think from this area, and you don't have to go all the way to Ocala. You don't have to go all the way to Tallahassee. That's an 8-hour drive from Eagle
Yes.
for
Oh,
here.
sure.
Yes, it is.
So
Mhm.
that's a long way for kids to
This
go.
is a big
but
state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and UCF is the second largest single campus college in the United States.
Is that right?
UT, Texas was number one. Actually, in 1A would be Ohio State.
Wow.
who I know Eileen loves so much. Um,
Hey,
I wasn't going to bring up
it
Michigan.
is my home state. I mean, it is my birth state.
Oh,
I
okay.
have 3 home states,
But yeah.
although I've also lived in Indiana and Illinois for short periods of time. But yeah, I have 3 home states, Ohio and Michigan and Florida.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring up Michigan. This is a
Oh,
bad,
well.
bad weekend for Michigan.
Yeah,
well.
bad weekend for everybody. this weekend.
Oh, well.
Yikes.
Oh, so now what is this thing? I've seen it the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it last week and we didn't get to do that. So we're going to talk about it today. It's called procuring cause.
What is it?
The reason I want to bring it up is because, I go back to my old saying where everybody thinks that realtors just go to lunch and make a lot of money. And I'm here to tell you that that is very much not true.
I haven't found that.
And just to give you a prime example, I'm
You
going
were
to
going to
say,
take me to lunch too.
yeah, well,
heartbroken.
I'm going to say that the average number of hours that a realtor spends just preparing an offer and submitting it, I'm going to say that takes 12 hours.
Oh, I'm not surprised. All that paperwork. Yeah.
Now, when you stop and think about that, it doesn't seem like much, but if you are working a 50 hours a week, I mean, 12 hours is, that's a big chunk of your week's work.
Sure.
We don't get paid until something closes. It's not like somebody walks in the door and says, I'm going to give you money now and
Right.
hire you. I mean, they might sign a contract for you to be their, they can sign what's called a buyer broker contract now, which is what we hope people do, because that way they are as loyal to their realtor as they expect their realtor to be to them.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
It
don't
doesn't
have to
happen.
do that in Florida. So there are a lot of people that don't. So what happens is, and I'm using this example because it happened to me, and it happened to me just a couple of months ago. A buyer contacted me because they knew I work in a particular neighborhood on a regular basis. So they wanted to buy a property in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'm happy to help you. We wrote an offer and we've had this conversation many times, multiple offers. So this buyer's offer didn't get accepted. Okay. This was an out-of-town buyer. So the amount of time that I would have spent showing them properties before they made the offer wasn't in this equation, but the time that it takes to do the interview, gather the information that you need, prepare all the paperwork, do your own background research on the property and submit the offer was about 12 hours. They didn't get the property. They bought a property last week through another agent.
Oh,
So, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've read a lot of things recently that the Department of Justice doesn't want to allow us to say we offer things free because they think we don't.
oh, you mean like some of the television ads?
Yeah. But I mean, this is a prime example. I gave this buyer 12 hours of my time in good faith, and it went nowhere, which it does many times nowadays because of multiple offer situations.
Sure.
But they have no loyalty. So
Well, and you
in
had also,
2022, our New Year's resolution is we are happy to help buyers, but if you want to work with us, then we want you to be as loyal to us as you expect us to be to you.
Makes perfect business sense.
So that's part of the reason why I wanted to bring up procuring cause today. Procuring cause is something that realtors understand very much. And it came into being because buyers could go and find an agent anywhere, anytime to write an offer on a piece of property for them. So what happens lots of times is a buyer will call an agent and say, I want you to show me this property. The agent will go ahead and show them that property. And then that buyer turns around and calls another agent and says,
Oh.
yes, and says, I want to see this property and make an offer on it. That's where the term procuring cause comes into being, because we have to go through a process of who really was the agent that procured that particular listing for that buyer.
Right.
Was it the agent and who showed it to them first? Or was it the agent who wrote the offer that got accepted for that buyer? And there are a lot of determining factors in between there that our realtor associations have to go through a process to determine procuring cause before commission can even be decided.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, there are so many rules and regulations for realtors that people
Aren't
don't
aware of.
understand
Yeah.
and
No,
are not aware
we don't.
of. And
Yeah,
I mean, not only do we have to deal with local realtor association rules and regulations and MLS rules and regulations, we have to deal with state regulations and laws. We have to deal with national regulations and laws. We have to deal with National Association of Realtor regulations,
Sure.
you know.
And as a layman, we purchased our home more than 25 years ago. So I'm sure all the rules have
changed.
changed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Every year something changes
Yeah.
and the
yeah.
paperwork gets bigger.
Yeah.
I'll bet the purchase agreement for your house was maybe 3 pages.
It seemed longer than that, but you may be right. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying when you sat down to sign everything at closing.
Oh yeah. Okay. I
No,
get
the
you. Yeah.
original offer,
yeah.
probably the original contract, probably then was
May
about
not
3
even-
pages.
May not even have been that. Yeah.
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 Well,
Wow.
it's a lot longer now.
Yeah.
17 pages or something. like
Oh,
that.
brother.
Yeah, that's at least by the time you have all the state regulations that go along with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of wild.
Yeah. You almost hate to see how, when you've worked so hard on a project and then somebody come in and undercut you or whatever. That's difficult. That's really difficult.
It's hard to smile through that.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Because like you say, maybe 12 hours could be 24, 36 hours.
Oh, sure.
well, especially
Easy.
If that buyer was in town
and you were showing properties.
and you were showing properties to them,
Yep.
Couple of weeks
that's
worth.
even more time.
before they even decide which one they want. And then you make the offer and they don't get it. So you start all over again, start
Mhm.
showing and
Oh.
showing again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the reason, and one of the reasons why I like to bring up procuring cause when we're talking about new construction is also because what a lot of people don't understand is, I know they get excited. My experience has been, if a buyer can afford a new construction property, that's their first choice. So they get really excited and they want to make sure they're checking everything out. Well, there are a lot of builders that make somebody register right away when they go into a model or when they meet one of their salespeople. They make them register before they can even take a look at those properties to see what's available.
Oh, I've seen that. And when we were doing
Well-
remotes on what St. James 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. And they were doing that.
Yeah.
They're-
Well, what happens is, that buyer may or may not have a buyer broker agreement with their agent, but if that agent isn't physically with those people when they go to that builder's model for the first time, then that builder won't recognize their agent.
Okay.
Yeah,
So. Put your work
It
into it.
gets even murkier.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of builders out there. We have so much new construction going on, many different builders, different types of homes. We keep all of that information. So if you want to disseminate it without starting that process of just visiting, going to Savannah, which I call, or Savona, which I call Model Mile.
Yeah. Probably 2 miles
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, almost every address on
Right.
there
Is
is
a model.
a model home
Yes.
for a
Oh, yeah.
builder.
Yeah.
But if you want to be able to do some research about that before you spend all of the time that it takes to go to those properties, because a lot of them now with COVID, you can't just walk in anyway. You need an appointment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So call us and we can certainly help.
Now, you bring up something interesting too. Do they have virtual? Do you have virtual tours of your properties?
Well, we do, and the builders do also. There's a lot of research that can be done online. There's a lot of research, but
They still have
the
to
minute you
register a lot
ask
of
a
times.
question, if you want an answer to a question, they make you register on their site,
Right.
Yeah.
which again, if you've registered with them, that cuts your real estate agent out of the process.
Ooh.
And remember, those salespeople in those models are not working for you. They are working for the builder.
Yeah. Well, no,
Right.
that makes sense. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Oh boy.
It's complicated. A lot
So
of times.
even though you would bring somebody to say a housing development,
Now that's different. If we are with them on their first visit, then we get registered as their agent.
okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If they decide after church on Sunday morning, they want to go and visit model homes, they're registering at every one of those model homes without us. We can't go back later and say, hey, do you know?
And they say, hey,
They
your
say,
name's
"Hey,
not
sorry."
on the list.
Yep, you
Right.
didn't
Oh,
come the
God.
first time, so
Right.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh man. So many legalities.
There are.
yes, there are.
Yeah. It's complicated.
You say that a
It's
lot.
unfortunately, it's not
It
a
is.
simple handshake anymore.
No.
No, and unfortunately, I remember when it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard when it was.
Yeah.
You're too young. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was so funny. It was like, we were in San Diego. Oh, I don't know, about 6 years ago, I guess. And we went by our old house, which was a $35,000 tract home, when we bought it. And of course, we sold it, 5 years later. It had gone up dramatically. And it was for sale. We found out from a show producer in San Diego that it was sold for $825,000 as a teardown.
What? Really?
you're spending almost $1 million. Now, this house was on a hillside and overlooking a golf course. And that's what whatever this new development is going to be.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
wanted that property.
And they took out like 3 or 4 homes that were all together there, right on that little
Well,
hillside.
they're gonna make that, whatever they paid for the property, they're gonna make it on the first home they build, probably.
You're probably right.
At
Yeah, but
least.
think about all the infrastructure too. That's another thing that people
Yeah.
don't think about when they're
Yeah.
building, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of the infrastructure that you have to do.
And again, the new infrastructure, because of all the earthquakes,
Quakes has to be different.
on a hillside.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
Wow.
here we go.
They're still gonna make a lot of money. on
Yes,
it,
they
though.
are. They
They're
are.
gonna, they're gonna get their money back.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
$1 million just for the property.
Yeah. Yeah. Just think about that. It's like, oh.
Don't you
Around
wish you were
here, we
still
hear
living
that
there?
on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Yeah,
$1 million plus, and then they tear it down and rebuild.
yeah.
And we saw a new building, or relatively new, I guess, right as you enter St. Lucie County on the beach area. And looked like a big office building, but it was condos. And I just wondered, okay, wonder how much those are, because that's kind of the newest building out there. But you just think, wow.
I haven't been out there for a while, but we'll do some research and let you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
It'll be
I
fun
know
to
there
find out.
there are some single family homes along the beach there that they're all the same style.
We saw those. Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are $1 million.
Right by
and
the
more.
big mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are some single family
Yeah.
homes
Yeah.
going up. Yeah, yeah. But, and you are right. They all look like same kind of builder.
Yeah.
Um,
Same look.
yeah, yeah.
But those are over $1 million just to get started.
Oh.
You haven't chosen your finishes or anything yet, but
Is tile extra?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
might be.
Oh, God.
You want it waterproof so you can take a shower? Mm.
Yeah. Waterproof during a hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
exactly.
don't want to forget to give you our contact information. You can reach us, either call us on the phone or text us at 772-200-5105. And we can help you any place on the Treasure Coast and beyond. We also have access to agents worldwide. So any questions that you have, you can certainly reach us that way. You can also email to mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com, and our website, mydreamhomeusa.com. We can set you up on your own customized MLS search and give you access to the MLS, which is the quickest way to get the information.
So if I'm looking for like a 2-bedroom den, maybe a pool or something like that, can you just plug that into that site
Yes,
Mhm.
and it'll automatically
along
come
with
up with those?
location.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Right.
Wow.
Location and price range. Mhm.
mhm.
Boy, that saves so much time.
Yeah,
Oh, it does.
definitely.
Wow. Huh.
And every
Interesting.
time something new comes up, you'll get alerted. You'll get an email that a new listing has
Oh,
been added.
nice.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of flexibility on how we can set those searches up.
Right.
Yes. And you get the information before any of those other websites get it.
Oh,
Because
Those
it's coming
popular ones that
directly
everybody
from
looks
the
at constantly.
MLS.
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Because most of those popular ones, and I found out this way before I became a real estate agent, when we were getting ready to move down here, I looked on Zillow and I looked on realtor.com, and every time I asked the realtor down here, what about this one? What about that one? Oh, it's already under contract. It's already sold. It's already this. They don't have the up-to-date information. They don't have anything that's actually available.
It's probably weeks behind.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not that far behind, but you got to remember the MLS is where the information goes to first.
Right.
And then it gets fed out to those other sites.
Right.
Depending on the contract with the MLS system, that determines how quickly those other sites get the information. But If you want it right now, real time, the quickest way to get that is to have your own search on the MLS.
Sure.
Well, because they may eventually get that information, but they don't update it that often. You know, the ones that are sold, they just leave them on there, you know, to get your interest and get you to contact them. So that's part of it too.
Well, besides, the way they make money is to sell the leads,
Right.
which aren't really good leads.
No. Exactly.
Wow.
Like we get questions all the time, you know, I saw this on realtor.com and we look it up and
It's
like
already,
Paula said, it's not available anymore, but it still shows available on realtor.com.
right.
Oh, yeah. Well, do we have any? Wow. We've only got
I
8
know we're
minutes
running
left.
out of
Couple
time.
minutes, yeah.
Paula did bring listings. I
I-
should let her talk about
Oh,
those.
well, that's okay. Let's see, I'm gonna go to my selected ones here that I picked up. Where'd they go? Okay, here we go. Well, this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home in Hope Sound. So you're gonna have, let's see, spacious, entertaining, custom concrete block residence, gorgeous view of a lake and golf course. So you're going to have 3 bedrooms plus 2 full baths, a study, 2 half baths, a view of the golf course, a pool. Anything.
Wow.
You got everything you need right there. And this home they're asking $995,000 for. So you're very close to the water though. It's in Hope Sound. So, and you're gonna have a lake, so you're real close to some water. But anyway, that home is in Hope Sound. It's beautiful. If you'd like to take a look at it, let us know. Then we can go to Stewart. Let me bring this one up. Come on. Where's the detail on this one? Why won't it come up? Here we go. The detail for this home, it's a condo available in Stewart. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. Rare, spectacular penthouse. So this one is, you're on the top floor. You get to have beautiful views. They're asking $210,000 for that home.
What's the
So
zip code?
Woo.
the zip code is 34994,
Okay.
Same as our radio station down there. WSTU.
Yep.
Yeah.
right in Stewart. So totally renovated, open floor plan is what they're saying.
So that's got to be downtown.
And how
somewhere.
much? No, not necessarily.
You're right. Yeah.
No, it says, actually, this is Jensen Beach, north of Roosevelt Bridge. So it's still considered Stewart, Jensen Beach, Stewart.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just our area, the description of the area number
Right.
for the MLS.
So they're asking 210 for that. Pretty
Wow.
reasonable.
You bet.
Yeah.
1 bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's, let's see if I can get the single family home in Jensen to come up. This is a single family. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's in a desirable country club community with tennis courts, heated pools, low HOA. So it sounds like a golf course. So it sounds like a really nice community. They're asking $475 for that. It's single family detached, two-car garage. So nice, spacious home.
So golf, swimming,
Every
got
tennis,
everything.
Yep, everything.
Well, it says low HOA, so probably maybe access to the amenities is separate. A lot of the private communities are like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well,
Oh.
the golf course membership is optional,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but it doesn't say,
It's like what we have in St. Lucie West. Yeah.
right, yeah. So you may have to pay a little more for the amenities, but if you don't use them, then you don't. So
Yeah.
that's nice, you know, that makes a difference. And then another
One
home.
more.
One more in Jensen. This one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 2,400 square feet. They're asking $649 for it. And it is a waterfront pool home. on nearly 3/4 acres of of property. So
Oh, nice big lot.
sounds like a nice big lot, nice big home.
Ooh,
And where is that, in Jensen?
That's in Jensen, yeah. So they're asking 649.9. So if you're interested in something that's got a nice big driveway with side parking, so it looks pretty. Give us a call. We'll be glad to help you out. Look for whatever you're interested in.
sounds good. Yeah.
And we
Wow.
did end up the year with one coupon left. So I
not
still have
bad.
one coupon left, and we will extend that to the end of January if somebody's getting ready to list their property and they want to call us and let us help them do that. Then they can save a lot of money on their commission.
There you go. Well, one coupon, folks. Just one. If you're selling your property, give them a call. And how do we get in touch with you?
772-200-5105. mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com is the email, and our website, mydreamhomeusa.com.
And you do have a physical office as well.
Oh, yes, we do. We
Yeah.
have a physical office in the Florida Club called Florida Club Homes PA, brokered by eXP Realty. But our office can be wherever you need it to be. If you
Exactly.
can't come to us, we can come to you.
That's perfect. Yeah. Well,
And we can do it all virtually if you need that also.
yeah, but hopefully we're sort of pulling out of that whole mess. You won't have to worry about
No,
that.
I think that's here to stay.
It might be.
I
Yeah.
think
For
for certain,
convenience, I
yes,
think,
for
for one
certain
thing.
people, and especially as the younger generations get into buying property, I think that that will be there long term.
Well, and you may be right because that's their thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
video is what they're into. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Phone number again.
772-200-5105. And next week, hopefully, we will have our sponsors starting. So we're excited about that.
Very cool.
We do still have room for another sponsor. So if you are a local business, even if you're not local, but you want local exposure, call us 772-200-5105, and we can talk to you about that.
So for you have a mortgage company in Taiwan, give us a call. Have a good
Only
week,
if you're
ladies.
licensed in Florida will
Yeah,
that work.
that's right. Exactly. Have a good one.
You
Thank
too.
you too. Happy
Everybody have a
New Year,
great week.
everybody.
You've been listening to My Dream Home Radio on WPSL, Port St. Lucie, WSTU. Here.